That works. Go out and come back in.
Yep.
Okay.
What up, Doe? It is Wednesday, Spotlight Wednesday. Word on the Street, episode 121. You know, I've been trying to get our intro. I got the rap, the intro. So, Augustine, you're still if you're listening, definitely would love to get that. I know I've been working on that since October. It's all in his hands. So, waiting for like the new intro, and because we got a rap song and everything, but still waiting. I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, we're 21 episodes in, so 21 weeks. I'm still waiting on that. So definitely, brother, let me know. I want it. It is Wednesday. We are a week away from Christmas. Nobody's ready, right? Trying to figure out what my parents. Tomorrow's my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. He's going to be, I think, 77, 77, 78. I can't remember.
Oh, wow.
Tomorrow's his birthday. I think I sent you guys the thing. I know he's not listening. I got him a little Tigers thing. Hopefully he likes it. Just more memorabilia. He's going to be 77 tomorrow.
My mother just turned in November.
77.
Happy birthday, Henry. I love you.
Wow.
We didn't really – I know you didn't put it on the thing, but Vicente Fernandez, and I shared that with Tori the other day. It was kind of like our Elvis, kind of like Mexico's Elvis or whatever. But my dad –
Jackson, whatever you want to call him.
When I told him when he found out, he was sad. But they did like a thing on Univision or something. They did like a documentary or whatever. And my dad was literally in tears. And I was like, Dad, what's wrong? Why are you crying? He goes, you just don't understand. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
listening to that shit since he was a child, brother.
It was a lot of
I understand, but
a lot of childhood memories of my mom and stuff like that. And I said,
right,
okay.
Yeah.
So
that's why I posted on the Facebook, like, it's a like we were listening to this shit when we didn't even know we were listening to it.
Yeah, more of a legend, icon, a staple. You know what I mean? So,
hell yeah. When they put those songs on at our family events, whether it's just something simple as a birthday party or a wedding or a quinceañera, man, do you not remember the reactions from everybody? Whether you're Mexican or not, you know what I mean? But like everybody was on the dance floor, like or singing. So
crying.
I told well, I'll maybe not, let the women that love them probably, but I told my mother, and she was just like, oh my, like she didn't even know how to respond, and I don't know if she cried, but she didn't know how to respond, and I was like, wow, like legend.
I gotta ask you, Angel.
I'm sure Angel Live. What up, Angel? I'm sure he learned like.
I wonder if your dad. I think we had talked about it. I thought your dad met him. Maybe not. I know he met Michael Jackson and stuff. So, but yeah, definitely a legend that has passed. As we're going through into a new, we're 2 weeks away from a new year. I know we lost a lot of people in 2020. That from COVID, and then we lost a majority of people again. Another in 2022. That's great, man. That's awesome that he was able to meet him. But
damn,
I got to be honest with you. There's a lot of people that are not dying from COVID this year that are just getting old, right? That people are just dying just because they're dying. They're getting old.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just not realizing that not only everybody can old, right? Our parents can old, but it's like, damn, it's the circle of life, right? People.
We can only pay attention to so much, man. We're trying to live our lives, and
circle of life.
For sure.
Are getting older. I'm 48, so I'm like, I'm like half of a century old. You don't think about that, but you're like, damn, I'm fucking almost a half a
Old
century.
ass fart.
Yeah, I was
you're
like,
a good looking old ass fart. You
yeah.
take care of yourself. And
Yeah,
we are good looking old
it's
ass fart.
funny, and it's funny
Speaking
because
for me and you, not Tori. She's 22.
He got bit by a spider the other day. You know you're old when you're like, he's like, I got bit by a spider, and he just pulls his pants down and he shows me it right on his ass, and I was like, damn, Dad, what's wrong with you? He's
what
like, it hurts right here on my fucking ass
Go
cheek.
show your wife that shit. What the hell? It's not Saturday night. What's wrong with you?
When you're older, you kind of don't give a fuck, right? You just pull your cock out, pull your pants. So I just
wait. I'd be doing that. Well, not my cock. I don't have a cock, but I pull my pants down all the time. Like, look, I got something on my. What happened here?
Especially
does that mean I'm old?
Yeah, especially if you're like a old school man's man, like your father, and I mean,
right.
He's got a big hairy
balls. That's cowboy shit, man. That's called cowboy shit, bro. Called cowboy shit right there.
He's like, look at this thing on my balls. You're like, whoa.
Like, no, I don't know. Show your wife.
Was that where what's his was just nominated for man or sexiest man, Ant-Man? I can't think of his name right now. Yeah.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. What movie was he in where he was looking at his asshole in the mirror and his wife walks in?
I don't remember that. Oh, are you talking about? You might be talking about the movie that somebody showed me, and I was like, I love you, man. It might have been I love you, man. I love you.
Yeah,
man.
or something. He's like, I got something on my taint. Can you tell me what it is? And he's got a fucking mirror, and he's trying to look at his asshole and shit. She's like, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Sometimes you gotta get a mirror.
Right. Hey, look, no, for real, like what Angel says. So, like, and you know me, I always gotta go back to. It reminds me of episode King of Queens. They went to a golf club, and Kevin James is like, he's tying his shoe and shit. And it's right before he looks up, an old ass man walks by, and he's like, "Oh!" And then Ray Romano's like, "Hey, you always got to be careful of a walk by." You know what I'm saying?
So
always get a walk by, man.
I would take the kids to the Warren Rec Center in Michigan, and Dominic told me that that's where he was scarred for life. And I'm like, what? He's like, because Zach would come in the women's locker room with me, and I would put him in like a space where he could, I would make sure there was no women in there, even though he thought it was the coolest shit. He was trying to see
Hell
kids.
Yeah. Hell
right?
Yeah.
Like, but they had like a family area in there,
like
so you could bring.
Shit, and shit, like.
No, he walked around going with his eyes, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Taking mental pictures." But anyway, so
that is awesome.
And he would be blinking his eyes, and because he was in the wheelchair, he's like, "All these asses are equal with my face."
That is awesome.
And I would see him blinking, right? And he would blink without real low, and I'm like, fucking knock it off right now. And he'd be like, I'm taking mental pictures. But Dom would have to go in the men's, whatever. So he would go in there, and he said that their old men are just walking around fucking bush out, dick swinging everywhere. He's like, I was real uncomfortable in there. There was a bunch of fucking pedophiles. So he never wanted to go in there. Warren Rec Center locker room after that. Every time we go, he'd be like, I'm getting ready at home. I'll ride home in my wet swimsuit. I'm like, change your fucking swimsuit, right? We just spent hours at the pool. Change your swimsuit. He's like, no, I'll wear a towel.
He's hilarious like that.
He would lay towels down in the car, and I never knew why. And then he's like, guys, there's fucking all these old dicks everywhere in there, and they're like trying to have full-on conversations with me.
Fucking gross, right? What the fuck? And you know what?
He's like,
no, go ahead.
He said it's kind of like at the urinal. Don't have a conversation with me with your cock in your hand. Right. Okay, talk to me when you're done.
Right, like, hey, I dropped a quarter, man. Get over it. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's like, no. He said the Warren Rec Center scarred him for life.
You know what? And you know what? Look, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, when it was when it was cleaner, I'm sure a lot back then. We would go camping, and sometimes we would do real camping. Like, my dad.
Yeah, like right. There's levels of
in
camping.
The woods camping, and then that was for some reason a lot better than going to Camp Dearborn.
No electricity.
We would go to Camp Dearborn. but like I would have more fun being into other shit. And but the spot that my dad's friend, and he still has the same spot to
I
this
heard
day.
Camp Dearborn's a little rough.
And he'd have a corner spot, and it's right by, like literally right by the bathroom. But going in there, you know, obviously being 4 or 5 years, 6, 7 years old, going with my dad and going to say, you know, I used to be like, everybody's getting naked. You know, you're a little kid. You're like,
right? You're like,
what the
fuck is going
and
on?
I was like, and I'm short. I'm like, man, can we hurry up? I'm thinking like, get me out of here. Oh my god,
get me out of here! All
and
the
it felt like my dad took the longest shower ever, because I'm like, oh my god, like, do you see my height? Do you understand what's going on here, Dad? Get me the fuck out of here.
You're like,
I'll bathe in the pool.
You're fucking.
Yeah, I haven't been there since we stopped going there a long time ago. But I still have friends. And
I'll give you a story. My dad took me to Olympia.
God, devastated.
Olympia, and then in the room, they had the.
What's Olympia?
The stadium.
The stadium, Olympia Stadium.
Right.
Gotcha.
Before the Red Wings played at the Joe.
Gotcha.
We walked in and went in the bathroom, and you know they had the urinals where it was like a community urinal. You know what I mean? Like
it's like a trough, right?
Elbow to elbow.
Like a trough.
It's the big trough. I've seen the trough. It's disgusting.
Like maybe 4, and the guy, you know, my dad's out.
Exactly, Shannon. I know with all the balls, all the webbles in the face.
He's like lifting me up, and you know, and the guy goes, "Hey, you know," because I guess I'm peeing on him, and then you know, and then he's having a whole conversation with us at the urinal, and definitely, yeah, you don't want to have a conversation at the urinal, right?
No, it's awkward.
Yeah, because I guess I must have pissed on him or something.
Oh my god! Whoops.
I'm like 4 years old. You know what I mean?
Right. You're like aim at the fucking wall at this point. I don't know.
I think that was, to be honest with you, I think that was kind of crazy. Like to have that community like urinal. I thought that was kind of disgusting.
Gross.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. You know, we were talking about, and if you remember this, I know Alex remembers. But when you go into a bathroom or you go into a bar, and they before the dookie blowers, before paper towels, they used to have the fucking towel, and it would be disgusting.
Yeah, you could pull that shit out. You could pull that shit out like to a mile long and shit.
Listen, but who thought of recycling a dirty fucking rag? Okay, because we were talking about the other day. You got the roller at the top with the clean rag, and then you got the roller in the bottom that recycles the pooped up fucking touched rag, right? And so when you pull it, it spins one and retracts the other, but they're still in the same fucking box, right?
And you know what? Let me tell you how this is how I am. How use the word anal I am when I was working
no
at Ford,
pun intended.
Anywhere, like. When I see somebody fucking wet fingerprints on shit, you go away from there and you cut that piece off. If you don't, you're a nasty motherfucker. I'm just saying that's like, I don't fuck around with that shit, man. I don't.
And I swear, don't use that. And
they had it. It was like a nasty reusable.
Yeah. The reusable towel, people are wiping their hands and their face, and then it's retracting up into the box that all the germs are sitting in next to the clean one. And then you're going to pull that out. And who thought of that? Between that, and I'm going to say it again for those of you who haven't heard about it, do not use the hand blowers in the bathroom. They're AKA dookie blower. So it has a filter in there. I watched this whole thing on it, and it's got to retract air to suck in, and there's shit particles and urine particles that go in there. So when you stick your hand in there, you're blowing dookie particles all over you. So you get a piece of paper towel. Yeah, the wet fingerprints, all of that, the whole nine. Just nasty.
Here's Paulie talking about his bathroom etiquette.
Lunch is ready. You just washed your hands. Like my shoe.
I'm a trumpet player.
I want to tie your shoes.
And sorry for your fingers.
Can you hear that, guys?
Why would they be wet? I got no fucking idea. You go to public bathroom?
Well, basically, Paulie's describing in the Sopranos scene. He's like, he goes, my shoelaces. He goes, you ever notice that they're wet or at the bottom when you go to the bathroom? And I never thought of that, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to touch my, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're in a bathroom and you're getting fucking pissed.
That's a men's bathroom thing. Like, I don't really think you see a lot of that in a women's bathroom because women tend to aim better. I think the men's bathroom is more of the puddle, right? But like, it is like.
No, you're right. You're right. Of course.
It is like it's gross. I've been in a men's bathroom before. I'm like, this shit is nasty. Sure. No, it's all urine. So definitely don't use the dookie blower. Don't use the retractable towel. Use some paper towel. Oh, this is another thing, and I never really thought about it. The dirtiest part in the bathroom is the inside stall lock, right? Because that's the time from where they touch the funk and the feces, and then they unlock the door. So if you see somebody not wash their hands, that's on top of all the other funk they got. That, I'm telling you, take a piece of toilet paper and unlock the stall to get out. Don't even touch the lock. I'm just looking out for you guys, right? Because then you lock. Well, think about it. You go in, right? You lock the door, and then you go and you undo your pants and you do your business. And then if you got to wipe or whatever you're doing, so you already touched that lock. Don't fuck with that lock.
I should have wrote a book on this because
we've thought a lot about this.
When I go to my, working at Ford, we'll go to my break, and I would use the bathroom, wash my hands, and all that good stuff. I take extra paper towel with me. I don't touch nothing after that.
No,
I don't take that shit. I don't touch nothing after that.
I don't even turn the faucet off without the paper towel.
I put extra and fold it and put it in my back pocket just in case.
It's a good move.
Fuck around with that shit.
I like your style.
I don't play around like that. I mean, there's over 3,000 people in that plant, and now there might be over 4,000 people in there with the electric truck going on and stuff. So
all bathrooms should be pushed outward, so you can just kick the door open and not have to touch the stuff.
They should just be all like prison bathrooms. Like, fuck it, hey man, just don't look at me.
Just don't look at me.
Put a shield. Put a shield on or something like. Nose plug.
There's a fucking code in here. It's like.
Well, I mean, if you guys
Fight Club in the bathroom.
Go back. If you guys go back 500-600 years, or during the Black Plague, a lot of people were getting sick because of human feces and
right.
So when you got disease, when you have disease, that's because of that shit. You know what I mean?
We used to have meetings at one of my old jobs. We used to have meetings about people spitting on the floor, spitting in the garbage cans, outside on the floor, plant floor, and shit like that. Like, fucking gross.
Really?
Go to the bathroom. Like,
they had to call a meeting about that?
These would be guys. No, they were just letting people know because one guy brought it up that actually did this shit. Oh. You know what I mean? He's bringing it up, but he's the one being the nasty motherfucker.
Yeah.
And
spitting is gross.
I
get if you got to do it off to the side, but don't do it where people walk. Like,
I remember working at a plant, used to just snot balls, boogers on the floor.
Ew.
Yeah. That's definitely a guy thing, but I'm like, really? Did he?
That shit was nasty as hell.
Did you just snot rocket in front of
me? Yeah.
No, you gotta spit. If you gotta clear your throat, go do that in the bush. Do it off to the side where no one's walking. Don't do it where it's gonna end up on the bottom of somebody's fucking shoe. That's gross.
Yeah,
and snot rocketing and all that. nasty motherfuckers.
Yes. So we're about a week away. We're about 2 weeks away from the new year. Is anybody ready for 2022? Is there a movie that we can reference?
No choice.
Yeah, is there a movie we can reference that in 2022, if you remember Back to the Future not too long ago, Doc and him traveled to the future, but we passed that date. It was like 2018 or 2020. But it's always great to reference movies that were done in the 80s and they reference like 2022 or something along those lines. So, yeah, 2022, geez, I never thought I would see 2022. Like, I didn't think we were going to get past 2012 because that's what the Mayans calendar said, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We were
Remember when we all thought we were going to die and we started buying a bunch of shit? We were waiting for midnight to hit. We were like saying our goodbyes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
2020. Well, even going back to 1999, I remember people were freaking out because of computers. They didn't know if the
crash.
if the internal clock and Y2K. Man, I remember people were just flipping the fuck out, like going to a new millennia. Like, what's going to happen? So, I mean, if we're going farther and farther, they're saying, a lot of time, I think they said 20 years ago we would have flying cars or whatever, back to the 50s.
Damn Jetsons, they lied.
Jetsons. But to have, I know they said we're pretty close to having an AI.
Electric cars.
We have an AI now, right? Siri, Alexa. We have an artificial AI now on our phones, but it'd be a matter of time before we get an actually AI in our house that's doing laundry, washing the clothes.
Oh, I need that.
Yeah.
I don't see none of that shit happening.
No. Don't crush my hopes on getting a AI made.
I don't see none of that happening. No. I mean, the vacuum cleaners and all that type of stuff like that. I mean, really, you get a machine to you're gonna need a machine like in a factory.
Well,
when you walk in, it looks like Transformers in there to do stuff like that. So, come on, gotta be a little bit more realistic than that. There ain't no flying cars. I don't know what they're gonna fly on. There ain't no.
But you also got to think those things are going to take jobs away from people. So,
well, even in the factory that you work with, there's a lot of AIs that took over people's jobs, right?
Yeah, but they do certain specific things that you actually need to build them to do those specific things.
Well, look at just
that's why I don't see that.
If
you have a what I'm saying is what if you have a basement? Your laundry. So you're gonna carry the robot down in the basement? I mean, I don't see that shit
we're gonna train it. It's gonna have
a little
track on. Yeah, she can live downstairs. It's okay. She'd be okay.
Right. Just make sure my drawers are washed.
Right. Just make sure my shit's together.
I want the AI from Rocky. Was it Rocky 4? Where he's like, "Hey, Paulie," the one who said, "I love you, baby." Remember? He was Paulie? Did you get it to talk like that? Remember that, Alex?
Mm-hmm.
I just watched Rocky 3 yesterday, so yes, I do.
Did you guys see the
all week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got all.
Did you guys see the AI bartender? They have them in Vegas. They have them on cruise ships. They have them on in Nashville. It's not dope for me. I'm a bartender.
No, I know.
Take my job. No, but it's cool. But it's crazy. Literally. Right. It comes up. Some of them greet you like, "Hi, how are you?" Right? And they say this little spiel, and then you see the arms come, and they mix it all right in front of you. The robot arms come down out of the thing, make the whole drink right in front of you, which is, I mean, it's cool to watch. But again, it's really reality on what a robot can be trained to do and take jobs away from humans. That has always been a job for a lot of people.
Right.
But yeah, it's pretty crazy to see the arms pop out and make you a drink. And it's supposed to be the perfect drink, right? So I guess if you want it strong, don't depend on the robot to make it for you. If you want a Jessica drink, don't put it on the robot to make. You gotta order a triple and pay for it.
Right.
But so it's pretty different.
Just to give a quick cheap plug. I'm looking over it because I'm watching probably one of the greatest matches this year, and I'm trying to just pay attention to everything because for our wrestling show that we do, ATW, All Things Wrestling Podcast, every Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific and 12 p.m. Eastern. So these guys have been wrestling for an hour. It's 9:04 right now, so.
Wow.
I can, I'm versatile. It's all good, but I can't take my eyes off this shit. And it's pretty fucking amazing.
That's cool. Who's wrestling?
Bryan Danielson former Daniel Bryanson from WWE. And he's wrestling a guy named Hangman Page, who's kind of I don't want to call him a knockoff because he's pretty amazing talent, but he's kind of like a Shawn Michaels, man. Like a newer version of Shawn Michaels and shit. Cowboy. Comes out with cowboy type gear and stuff like that.
What are you watching?
AEW Dynamite.
AEW. Yeah.
Yeah, and they've been wrestling since it's 9:05. They've been wrestling for a straight fucking hour, and their shit. Yeah, it's crazy ass match.
Wow.
So I'm just trying to pay attention to all I can because so I don't have to watch this shit again.
Right?
It's not as much fun watching these shows that are 2 or 3 hours and shit like it used to be as a kid. So, I got to watch it for the show. But yeah, just
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
All right, well, we'll jump into the show. So there was some big news, and I know we talked about it in the past. So Washington, we're going to go into politics. Biden administration, this is huge, and I got to read all these articles, all these different records that were released. But Wednesday released a never-before-seen document. Some people will help answer the lingering question. So I want to know who killed John F. Kennedy. I want them to say, this is the person that killed John F. I don't want to read a bunch of shit and say, oh, you still have to speculate. I want them to tell me. I got to read that. It says the National Archives released nearly 50,000 documents today as part of the memorandum signed by President Joe Biden in October, because this was pushed from back in October, and it was Trump. So the Warren Commission established Kennedy's successor, Lyndon Johnson, investigated assassination. The U.S. veteran Lee Harvey Oswald shot John F. Kennedy. I want to know who the fuck shot him, and I want to know. So if I read I'm going to read these documents. I want to know. I hope they don't play games with these documents. I want to know,
right?
Particular who was the person. If it was 3 or 4 different people, because I think that's who it was. Because it was, the whole magic bullet theory. I believe it was 3 shooters. So
yeah, there was different entry points for sure, angles.
And not only just because it was, there was a reason if there was for 3 or 4 shooters. Make sure you kill them. So,
right,
yeah.
That's going to be
15,000 documents.
That's a lot.
Ooh.
Damn, if you don't get nothing out of there, then you know what? I don't want to hear about the story ever again. To be honest,
no,
with you.
but don't you want
to the family? Like, wow.
My parents, they've been wanting to know, probably their parents, but they're gone.
Yeah.
Wanted to know who killed John F. Kennedy. And
very sad day for sure.
I don't think the government should play. Just say who it did. If it's the government that killed him, let's say they did. Let's say, hey, you know what? It was a coup. It was the mob. A lot of people said it was the mob. A lot of people said it was a Cuban. A lot of different people. So
we don't know. Marilyn Monroe's ex-boyfriend. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, we need to.
Well, at that case, does somebody because somebody was held accountable, they can't recharge somebody, or if they're alive.
Purpose of them releasing these documents in 2016.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago,
Yeah, 2016. Now they moved it because they were saying that basically everybody that was involved in this is dead. That's the reason for.
I could believe that. I could believe that even the person that did it couldn't take it no more and probably took their own life. I hope not, but I'm just saying I could see something like that happening because it was that big of a deal, man. So
because I still think Oswald was.
So they held him until everybody died on purpose so that those people couldn't be held accountable?
Which is another problem in the government. Government's.
Yeah, because I still think
fuck that.
Oswald was a patsy. He wasn't.
Yeah, no, he was a scapegoat.
They want to wait till everybody dies so they don't have to talk about it. Shit.
Yeah, he was a scapegoat. That's all he was.
Right. But yeah, I always hope the truth comes out.
Yeah, you're really going to read those, aren't you? You're going to start. I know you are.
1,500 documents. Wow.
Have fun. Let me know how it goes.
Let me know.
You can do it. It's like
the highlight stuff.
2 700-page books, 800-page books. Should be done. It's like a couple books.
Mother Nature, and I think I keep telling everyone, Mother Nature is mad at us, right? Biden traveled to Kentucky to survey the tornado disaster damage. Alex was stating there were 60-mile winds in Detroit. I just talked to my nephew. There was 80 miles of winds in Colorado.
That's crazy.
Des Moines, Iowa was 75 degrees today. Like it's just, you know what I mean? And there was so much devastation. I watched on TV of Kentucky, and that's why Biden went. Because it's not normal for, tornadoes to be happening at this time of the year. Like, what is going on? So.
Oh, Mother Nature's pissed at us.
Right.
She's mad that we're abusing the earth.
So you guys
That's
don't
what's
want to do
happening.
nothing? I'll get your shit together for you.
Mm-hmm. That's what's happening.
You care. I'll make you care.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's sad because there's so much going on.
Yeah, some of the destruction, people losing their whole homes, and they said they're still looking for people. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
At least 74 people, including 12 children in Kentucky, lost their lives during last week's violent weather. And they said that either 100 people are still missing. 100 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So crazy.
Yeah. I know you guys are not, this is the last political thing, but I was notifications all night from CNN. Senate passed annual defense bill authorizing $770 billion to the Pentagon funding. They had to get this vote in before they went to Christmas break. Just basically defense budget, but no big deal. But it looks like they passed it. I need, to be honest with you, I need $770 billion.
Yeah, so do I.
And it's it looks like they're sending a lot of money to Israel, and yay! So
yay, great.
Yeah.
Ain't that a bitch? I still ain't got my taxes back.
Okay.
Every fucking money in the goddamn world. I ain't got my fucking taxes back. I don't even care about no stimulus check. They can show that up
I
their
didn't
ass.
get none of the stimuluses, but we got money to give to Israel. Huh? Fucks my check,
I just want my tax money back.
I know that's right. I got cat food.
The fuck?
You just said that. Motherfucker said, I got cat food to buy.
Cat food and
I got bills to
man.
pay. I got things to do.
Coming up. And tax season's come up. People are going to have a couple stacks.
Cat comes first.
My dog needs new clothes.
They're going to be rich in February, and then March they're eating those. Right?
Yeah.
What's his name again? I'm sorry. What's his name again? Your dog's name again?
Pepe. Prince Peyton of the Hamptons.
Prince Peyton. I like that.
AKA Pepe. Lil Pay.
You got to get him a shirt.
He's sitting next to me right now.
Got to put him a shirt on the site.
He missed me all day. I know, right?
Animal gear.
He's I made him a shirt. It's gonna be coming, and it says, "As long as my bitches love me."
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Good marketing.
Just as long as my bitches love me.
So the article that Alex sent me says, I tried hot Dr. Pepper, and it was better than you might think. I never tried
hot
pepper.
I know. I had to share this, man. I was like, what the hell?
Did either of you try it?
No,
no. Oh.
Wait, hot in the sense of spicy, or hot like you left it in your car?
Hot tea.
Oh, like it got heated up.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't understand it either. I was like, what?
I mean, basically, you just left it in your car in Arizona for the afternoon, right?
The idea that sounds that bad, but after all, I've been had a soft spot for Dr. Pepper. I don't think much sodas these days, but when I do, I probably going for an icy Dr. P. I always thought of a slightly more sophisticated sip than most of his brethren with a complex up-pin downable flavor. So I guess this guy tried it that wrote this article. He warmed it up to 180 degrees with a lemon slice.
So I still, okay, this happened a few weeks ago, not with a Dr. Pepper, but with a Red Bull. And let me tell you, it felt like gasoline going down my chest.
Oh my goodness.
It felt like straight acid.
I think I know what you're going to say, but go ahead.
Have you ever, it was disgusting. Have you ever tried a warm Red Bull?
No, but I've drank a hot ass pop before.
It was hot. Like, it felt like acid in my. I'm like, I can literally feel the life burning out of my fucking chest right now. It was the
like sitting in the sun hot.
It's sitting in my car. It was sitting in the car. I went in. I was shopping, and when I put it in the car, it wasn't cold already. It was just like regular. So when I got it. Okay, so I was doing a delivery, and this people put the baskets of things at their door that says here for the Amazon people or whatever, right? I was like, oh, this bitch got Red Bull, so I took a Red Bull,
walk away
right?
for a second.
So I took the Red Bull and I put it in my car, and it wasn't like hot. It was just warmer. And then it sat in my car while I shopped, and I came back out and I was like, man, I'm thirsty. I'm just going to take a little sip of this. I opened it up and I swear to God, it was the worst. And I like Red Bull. I like them freezing cold, right? I don't know. I just like the taste of them. And I drank this, and I kid you not, I felt like like battery acid. It was the worst thing. So I don't know how you could drink a red or a hot soda, a hot Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it just sounds nasty.
I don't, after experiencing that with the Red Bull, and maybe it's the ingredients, but disgusting. It was painful.
Right.
Like it was, kid you not, it was fucking painful. We're putting this in our bodies. We have to chill this for it to even taste good. This is what I'm fucking drinking every day.
I like Dr. Pepper, and whenever I drink a pop, I'll buy one once in a blue moon.
Have you tried the? I don't drink pop. I drink Red Bull, right? But I don't drink pop. So if I do, it's just like I don't like the way it feels on my teeth. There's the sugar. And I don't like the constant burping because I don't drink it often. So as soon as I drink it, I'm like, right? I'm burpy as hell. It's gross.
Especially because your body is not used to it.
Yeah, you're really used to the carbonation of that sugar.
What is this shit?
So, but every now and then I get a little craving, right? I'm like, I just want like a sip of Coke or a sip of Sprite. And I snagged Dr. Pepper Zero. And it was actually good. Yeah. I was pretty surprised because I don't like diet pop either. You can taste that artificial sweetener. It just cancerous. Like it's gross. So I was like, oh, this probably isn't going to be good. But I was surprisingly shocked that it was actually pretty good. Right. I thought, the Zero one, but I don't know how all of them are, but the Dr. Pepper one was good. It was cold, so I have to try it. It wasn't hot like the battery acid was.
I know you like warm stuff, so maybe you probably could try.
Yeah, I like tea and
just buy a little 12 ounce.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, COVID and Omicron. Michigan is on the ramp again. Michigan reported 1,000 new COVID cases, 160 deaths, 5,300 cases per day. Michigan reports 16,143 new cases of COVID-19. So their numbers, your guys' numbers in Michigan are just going bananas.
It's kind of actually it's not just Michigan, but they're probably like number one. I've been seeing it's kind of everywhere.
My cousin's house is in quarantine right now in Michigan.
Right.
She said one of her children got it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that still ain't pushing me to be like, oh yeah, next month I can get my booster shot. I'm
no,
good,
you're on the fence still.
I am. I mean, like I said, I know my body. I got a good immune system. I don't get sick like that. I just don't. So I got a little head cold a couple of weeks ago, and before that, I ain't got sick in like 5 years or some shit. Like for real.
So what makes you not want to get the booster? You're vaccinated.
I don't want to put that shit in my body. And then I had a friend tell me about getting why do you want that they came up with the booster because of
tell us.
Because of something in the second shot that kills all your red cells. So I don't know how if we covered that. I don't remember that.
Is it true?
But she told me that from what I know. Yeah, I mean.
Did you fact check it?
No, I did not, but I believe it. Because, and like I said, now they're coming out with the fourth one. When the fuck does it end? I don't know. I'm still confused on it, but I got 2 in my body. I haven't got sick. I feel good. So why am I going to keep getting shot up with this shit? So that's just how I feel right now. Could change my mind, but right now I'm not. So
Are you
right now
eligible
I'm
for
just
the booster
coasting.
right now or no? Not yet.
Next month.
January.
Oh, okay.
I say give them all. I'll line up. I don't care.
Mine's
So.
not. I'm not eligible till spring.
Yeah, I say line
Good.
up. I'm
Give it more
lining up.
time. I mean, how many shots you gonna give me? Goddamn, man.
I'm gonna take
Fuck
all of
that.
them. Give them to me. I want them.
That's fine. Hey, do what you do.
I want them. COVID
Dang,
has
dang.
killed one of every 100 older Americans is usually near grim milestones. So we're at 800,000 people, and it looks like it's killed a lot of older people.
Right. Sad.
Sad,
Yeah.
They didn't get cheated, but still, it's sad. 100 years.
I mean, kind of in a
goddamn.
way they did though.
Yeah, yeah.
They made it this far. They lived through the Depression. They lived through war. They lived through poverty. They lived through the crash, right? They lived through a lot of shit.
And who knows if they didn't want the shots or not? So
and then got taken out by a punk ass virus. Like, yeah, they didn't get cheated on the amount of time that they got here on Earth, but they really overcame some fucked up shit to be taken out by something that is you can't even see.
By some bullshit, right?
Mm-hmm. So it's like,
sure.
Yes, they did on some
sad,
things, and no, they didn't on others. And then their families were cheated because that's their, you know, their lineage. They got, I don't know, the oldest person in their generation, and they didn't even maybe get to see them before they passed because everybody was in quarantine.
Right.
So that
the biggest problem
is,
besides the death, you know, Alex put the story on. It says across the world, virus and anxiety and depressions have taken a hold. So they're saying that it's affecting people.
All of that too.
Depression, just not this virus is sticking around.
Like Tori just said, not being able to be around their loved ones. I mean,
there's so much that has happened over the past 2 years, you know, year and a half, 2 years, with basic things that happen in our lives, and then get dumped on with these things that coronavirus has caused in death, and the domino effect of not even just death, but changes in people's lives. You know, here's my cheap plug. After the new year, me and one of our guests that were on, Christine, we're going to be doing, hopefully collaborating on a podcast regarding mental health and just, you know, how to cope with these things and ways to overcome them, and, you know, just coping with the new normal. And tips and suggestions and tools, and just making it okay to talk about it, right?
Right.
So, but it's at an all-time high, and it just domino affects so many things that you wouldn't even seem to think, because you're so focused on how it's affecting you and not realizing all of the things that come into play that it affected, you know, just all around. Everybody, and everything, and every aspect of your life, down to the way you do things, the way you see things, the way people see things, the way you're, you know, responding, and we've really had, we've really been through some shit.
Yeah, the last 24 to whatever months, you know. 24
yeah, months. We've really been through some shit, added on top of our normal fucking shit we had to deal with, right? So, and kids
don't
too,
seem to go
right?
away. I mean, it's like shit.
And that's why it's so important, I think, for now is the time to be able to share new tools and coping skills and opinions and stories and just things in general, people. Because, like you said, it's not going anywhere. If anything, these things are compiling, and every time something happens, it's like, wham, another one. Wham, like, we just keep getting hit.
A school shooting, or wham, another school shooting, or all this other tornado. I mean, the shit's coming from every angle, so
it really is.
What else are we gonna do? But
you know, if it's not brought on by one thing, we're back to this. So we're ping ponging back and forth with a lot of things that are depressing and stressful
it's hard
and
to play catch
shocking.
It's hard to play
and
catch up, you know?
and it's hard to even
Shit.
keep caught up on things because you're
Right.
like, fuck. You're literally in a washing machine of fucking shit happening in the world and to you. And no wonder anxiety is at a all-time high. I mean, I don't even turn the TV on in the news. And when people say, "Oh, did you hear like the tornadoes and stuff?" I didn't even know it was happening because there's so much that's going on in my world or in our immediate stuff and the things that I'm like, I feel bad that I didn't know it was happening. But honestly, like, I don't even know if I had enough mental capacity to take that at that moment. Right. So it's not selfish to turn it off.
Who wants to see the news is the news? And you know what? You're like the third person that has told me that I talked to. Like, I don't even watch in like the past 2 weeks.
I don't even know.
So like I don't even watch the news. They're like I don't never watch
I'm coping
the news.
with
I got too many things going on.
Yeah, I'm just coping with trying to make it through the holidays.
Exactly. Like,
so I know it's off topic, but so Ben is accusing Jennifer, not J-Lo, but Jennifer, of his ex-wife, that she drove him to drink and he was depressed and all that, blah, blah. Basically just said she's the problem. Jennifer Lopez is now saying she's pissed about Ben attacking Jennifer Gardner. So, woo! Now that relationship.
Here we go. He should have just shut his fucking mouth.
Well, he's blaming her and said it's all her that drove him to drink. And
no accountability.
Right.
So Jennifer Lopez.
J-Lo, red flag. J-Lo, red flag.
J-Lo about to kick him out of the bed. Separate covers.
Separate covers.
Here you
I
go.
mean, think about it though. Like, let it go. We all know he really downward spiraled, right? He was drinking. He was fucking hoes. He was fuckboy status. Why are you gonna blame her for all of your behaviors? Like, be accountable for who you are. If that's what she was doing, keep it moving and elevate yourself.
Yeah. Butt slut's a butt slut. What are you gonna do?
Right. You know? Like, you chose to do those things. What did he say? She was like nagging him and stuff?
I would have to go back to the original story, but basically he was just saying she was the problem, not him.
Right. Right.
You know, and it's funny. And you know what?
Finger pointer.
And you know what, Tori? Even some of these celebrities, like you say, like we had a conversation over the weekend about fuck boys and girls and butt sluts and all that good stuff. Some of them don't, you know, the way they are, even celebrity or not, they post stuff and make it seem like they're all this and that. But when you start reading into shit and really paying attention, you can
see past that.
They're a butt slut.
You know, this is the thing. A lot of people try to. This is the thing. A lot of people try to pretend they're so transparent, or they're so this, or they're so that.
YouTube help.
Exactly.
I was gonna say the fake people try to hide the fakeness, and I shared a post yesterday, and I was
like,
you know what?
It's so true.
I don't like to be negative. Like I don't. Whenever I would post something that I think it's kind of cute and catchy, I take it down because I'm like, I don't want to be negative like that. But damn, I want to get that out. But
some people just do it for the attention. You know, they do it for the attention. It's a okay, so I always say it's a thirst trap, and it's not necessarily a selfie. Isn't always necessarily a thirst trap. Sometimes a thirst trap is a meme, or it's a you're always looking for a reaction out of people. People, you're looking for likes, you're looking for attention, you're looking for a rise, right? Like.
There's a difference in being funny and being
there's
negative.
There's a difference in between being funny, being negative, and being an attention seeker. There's a difference. Or horror, right? Horror.
I didn't even know this was on the screen.
But Janet Rossi is a fucking whore.
But like I said, real quick, I was like, usually the people that tell you to be yourself and not be fake are the ones that are the fucking fakest for their own personal reasons, but they cover it up very, very well.
Here's Ben right here.
But we've got a 10:07 on our hands.
Oh, Jesus. Again, Ben?
No, bullshit, because I wasn't with a hooker today. Ha ha!
Oh, Ben. Hey, Hector. Thanks for tuning in.
I wasn't with the hooker today. I thought that was
That's funny.
Wait till that next one comes out. That's gonna be hilarious, man. The last one that they're doing.
Yeah, Alex, you're right. You're so right about that.
And it having a conversation with you and seeing certain things, I was like, you know what?
Yeah, you got to connect the dots. You got to connect the dots
exactly.
sometimes. And like you said, the people who are always shouting out, I'm the realest, I'm the realest. I always use this analogy. Sharks don't go around going, rawr, I'm a shark. They just do shark shit, right?
Right.
Lions don't go around going, rawr, I'm a lion.
Right.
No, motherfucker. We just do lion shit and we don't tell nobody, right?
Right.
So if you got to go around talk about, I'm the realist, I'm the this, I'm the that.
Right.
Real motherfuckers don't tell you they're real. Right. They show you.
Telling you how not to be and to be yourself, but when in actuality they're over here
contradicting
the fuck out of themselves
and living. Yeah, they live a.
And I'm one that doesn't bring. I talk to a couple of people. Girls I talk to, and they used to be like I know. I'm like, oh, tell me something I don't know. Like I know, but I'm trying to be funny. I'm a jokester, and I know when I say certain things. And yes, not all the time is joking. I know I didn't know everybody was perfect. So, you know what I mean? I know how I am. I know I contradict myself. I know what the fuck I say. I don't need nobody to tell me, you said this, you contradicted yourself.
Well, we're human.
Tell me something I don't know.
In some form or another. But
when they do it, I'm like, you know what? This is just me. Maybe because I'm a Cancer. I don't throw shit in people's faces. That's for you to figure out.
No, we don't do that.
Like, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna talk like, oh my God, you just said this. You can't so I don't know.
No, I always step back. I'm an observer, right? I listen to what you say. I feel what you say. I watch your body language. It's just who I am. And so as soon as I observe that, I remove myself silently and gracefully.
Right.
I don't need to give you a warning. I don't need to tell you why. I might give one. If they ask, I can let you know. Right. But once I say what I say, I don't need to go over it again. I I peeped some shit I don't like about you. And when I get quiet, that's when I've seen it. And we're cool. I'm gonna keep you from a distance. So
right. And I can respect that. But it's just
I peep shit quick.
So I'm basically, I guess what I'm saying is like when they try to correct me and like, or say this and try to lecture me, like, who the fuck are you I don't need nobody to tell me to be myself.
Yeah.
Just let me be myself and bye I mean, I don't know. What do you want from me? You know what I mean? So
worry about your own self.
And sometimes, and sometimes
worry about your own self.
And me, I'm not an approacher. I get approached. So what the fuck did you approach me for and waste my time? Just saying. Just saying, man.
Just saying.
Like shit, you could have just let me drink my beer alone. Now you wasted this much time of whatever, whether it's a week, or
let me drink my beer alone,
or 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean?
Why'd you waste my moment?
Having a great time over there.
He said, "What you over here interrupting my flow?"
Now I gotta mess with your monkey ass.
Go do some shit that fake people do. Bye.
Or go talk to your fuck boys.
Yeah, go hang with the fuck boys.
I didn't even know Scream.
You can't sit with us.
I didn't even know Scream 5 was even in the works, but here's the trailer.
Right. Scream 10. What the fuck?
Ooh.
It looks okay though. That's way too much. I'm gone after that second.
Okay.
You like to play a game, Tara?
Doors unlocked. All doors locked.
He gave somebody a passcode. Damn. She's
3
tight,
packs
dude.
so far. Do you have a gun?
I'm Sidney Prescott. Of course I have a gun.
Something about this one just feels different.
Samantha, I know who you are. I've been through this a lot. This is your life now, which means that whoever this is going to keep coming for you.
Oh, man, new people to kill. Awesome.
You ready for this?
There's certain rules to surviving.
It attacks well on people related to the original killers. Whatever is linked to our past, it's pulled us all back here. And I won't sleep until he's in the ground.
Hello, Sydney. It's an honor.
So since this is going to make too,
I'm excited.
That's pretty good, I guess. I don't know.
are they going to make a scary movie, whatever the last one that was? I always like those.
But maybe. I don't know, but I got goosebumps now, and now I'm cold. Fuck. And my dog is sleeping. There's no one here to protect me. It looks good, though. It comes out in January.
It look good, yeah. I don't know when it comes out. Yeah, I think you said January. Yeah.
You said January.
What's going on with 50 Cent? He like now
What
like
ain't going on with him? He's
Who's he trolling now?
killing it.
what I was gonna say is
Nothing. No, he's trolling the world. He's killing
well,
it.
no, what I was gonna say is he's got BMF Power. Now he's working on another TV series called Murder the Case. Like, what is going on? Like, he just like, hey, you know what? Rap music was great, but now it's time for me.
Oh yeah, he said that.
He's been involved in that shit, man. He's been
Yeah,
doing
he said. I read an interview, and he has a book, right? Did you see that too? And he just spoke about that he knew at what point his rap was over because all the new rappers that come out, right? And he knew that he had to elevate and go other direction, whether it was, vitamin water and then the alcohol route and all of these different avenues and
signs of being an entrepreneur.
A real entrepreneur. And then he said he had to go directing because that's where it was going to be. He knew that his rap career in general was over, but that would just paved the way for other, opportunities to open and created a ladder to put him where he needed to be and could keep growing, which I think is just brilliant because there's a lot of artists who still try to hold on to that and they don't pursue other things, or they don't try to use their wealth to teach them how to do other skills, right? And learn other avenues where they could use their clout to open doors for them to do those things. So I think he's brilliant, I think he's petty as fuck, though. Let me say that. He's probably one of the most petty artists that he be doing some petty shit, buying all the tickets to Ja Rule's. He got Joel. He's the last person I want to have a beef with because he will literally buy out your whole fucking section and sit there, right? Talking shit. He's petty like that, but he's smart.
Well, I watched rewatching the history that made the food that made history that made America.
Food that made history, America.
So when Post and Kellogg's was going at it, Catalogs came up with the press that made the flakes. Well, when his plant burned down, Post went out and bought up the company that made the ones that pressed out the flakes.
The machinery.
So when the factory burned down, he went back and said, "Hey, I need some," and they're like, "No, I'm sorry, we only have one customer." So that's smart. That 50 cents.
Vince McMahon shit, brother.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
Vincent Kennedy
right.
McMahon
It's
shit.
like petty level 1 million, right? There's levels to petty,
was
and they're like certified.
That was 1900. They came up with this.
Yeah, there's a certification there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that petty goes far back. Well, didn't he? He told them, and he made them sign a contract so that they couldn't do work with anybody else other than them.
A new customer.
So a new customer. Yeah, they couldn't do any work with any new customers.
Because I'm not a new customer. I need
right. He found the loophole, which is smart on his part. But that really, yeah, petty goes back a lineage far. Goes back really far.
Right.
they were petty back way back. This ain't no new shit, right?
Right.
That whole series is pretty interesting.
Commercial, is this a new commercial? Fedorov and Brandon Shanahan. This is not a new commercial, right? You were just bringing it up.
No, I didn't even look it up, man. I got home kind of late. I didn't watch that story, to be honest with you.
On the screen.
I figured it was an old commercial. It has to be.
It's an old commercial, yeah.
Yeah.
You name it, we got it. All one big family. Привет, Женя, иди покатайся в облаках. Again. I love you, brother.
I actually remember that commercial.
That's funny. That's so funny. What did it say? Go to hell, you freak.
I don't even know.
Oh, that's funny.
Again. Where did it go? Later. He probably did. He probably cussed him out.
That's funny.
Shout out to Detroit Sports Nation.
Hey.
That's why I shared that for them. There was, like I said, that was like they've been going hard, man, for a very long time.
Russians, Germans, we got it. All one happy. Привет, Женя, иди покатайся в облаках.
Go to hell.
That man is a good man. I love you too, my brother.
That's funny.
Wow.
They made some good shows back in the day. The Red
Wings.
Wings.
They did. ESPN, but yeah, man, 50 Cent's killing it, man. I can't wait to watch Murder Was a Case series. I can't wait to watch the second season of BMF. That shit was amazing, man.
It was okay.
It was really. No, it was. I don't know. No, it was amazing. It wasn't no.
It was good,
but for me, seeing out like Detroit and all that stuff like that, and
I know you missed the show with Rodney, but Rodney's from the neck of the woods. And, he's from the E-Course, River Rouge, all that. So he knows Big Meech and all that. But he's he said it was really good. He said it was pretty authentic. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
You can't get no more authentic than that shit. I mean, goddamn, what are you going to do? I just like the way they broke down each corner. Because a lot of people from E-Course, River Rouge, or Southwest Detroit don't know that shit because they didn't have the balls to go hang around there, or they just weren't part of that life. But to see how they broke down the map, and circled four corners.
I'm not from E-Course, but he meant, you know how they mentioned, you know how they 12th Street? Yeah. And that was Corktown, like 12th Street. I knew about
all of that.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a 12th Street in E-Course. He's like, yeah, that's
runs all the way down. Runs all the way through, man. Just like Michigan Avenue runs to Chicago and shit. It's crazy.
Oh, no, it's not the same 12th Street. I'm just saying that it was that 12th Street. I was like, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he said it's a pretty authentic show. So I was like, that's the only thing that bugged me was the first episode when they had Sabrat's hot dogs, and I mentioned it before. I was like, why are they going to put a New York thing in? But it was a 50 cents.
Yeah.
It was a 50 cents thing. That's why he put that in there.
Right.
So NBA posts next two Chicago games because they admit coronavirus outbreak. So this has been going through all the professional sports, but now it's attacking the NBA once again.
Yeah.
The outbreaks are sidelined 10 of its players. The NBA has postponed the next two Chicago games, allowing the franchise
yesterday
back to healthy.
Yeah, that was a good thing for the Pistons. They get a break. So I mean, I don't know.
Did you guys watch? Did you watch the Suns in the Portland game the other day? Was it yesterday?
Oh.
That was a good game.
I just saw bits and pieces of it. I didn't watch the game.
Oh, it was a good game. Yeah.
I heard it was a good game. There was a lot of people on my feed that were talking about it.
Right.
Yeah, one of my friends here, she's a die-hard Suns fan, so she'd be updating, she'd be talking the whole time. I just need to watch her page if I want to know what's going on.
So the series is tied, Alex, 1-1. Rams won, Cardinals won. That was a pretty good game. Stafford came out on top. He had a better game this game than the last game. What'd you think of that game on Monday?
They needed to win. The Rams needed to win. Real bad. I mean, if they would have lost, once again, that's better for the Lions. But I loved it. Stafford showed up. Everybody.
Not listening, but I got him a Kyle Murray jersey for Christmas. I figured, I was like, he doesn't have one. And I really like Kyle Murray. I think he's a great young quarterback.
Tried to tell you.
Yeah.
I tried telling you. He's the man. He still got a lot of growing up to do, but I mean, they have a franchise quarterback, unlike my team. So, like I said, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of him before he came in because I watched him in college, and that was. I think that's the best game that I watched all season. Was that game?
How many touchdowns did Stafford throw? Was it 2?
I'm not sure.
Oh my God. My fucking phone just shut off. I am so over this fucking shit.
You're still there.
You're still on.
I think you're still on.
It's taking a minute. It's probably taking a minute to shut off.
So still, it's hitting the league. The NFL has tested 37 positive for COVID-19 NFL. So another Antonio Brown suspended for 3 games. This is an old one, but so it's attacked everywhere, right? It's attacking NFL.
Yeah.
I haven't heard much in the NHL. I think you had a couple players. I think Canada runs a pretty tight ship when it comes to COVID, but
right.
Yeah, the 37 37 tests positive. That's a lot. Don't you think?
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's a lot. Because there was just like 1 or 2, you know what I mean, a couple weeks ago or whatever. It wasn't that bad. NHL had like 1 person, I think, too. So
you're right. You're traveling. Crazy. You're seeing different people. You know what I mean? It's
right.
Gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen.
Right. Yeah, but I mean that's scary, man. It tells you a lot, man. Everything is just. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like all I know is, like I said, I see the same thing that was going on before.
I want us to get through a full season of sports. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it sucks, man. I don't know. Like I said, it just feels like we're in a world of something that ain't never gonna go away, and that shit sucks. So, all I can do is hope for the best and pray that the death toll stops.
Right.
But obviously, people got to get their vaccines if they want or not. But
right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
Hopefully it gets better before like Tigers opening day starts, because I will be there this year. So
I will be there. I want to be there too, but
unless it's 30 degrees, then I might not be there. I'm just saying. Love my Tigers. I've been to opening days numerous times, and that weather, I sit in those seats, cold as fuck.
Right.
Spent a couple $100 for me and my wife at the time, just getting shots, and then buying hot cocoa.
I know. Hold on, opening day. I'm gonna make sure that we all got tickets. I'm gonna cuddle up with you, Alex. I just want you to know, me and your cuddling.
Can I squeeze in between?
Oh my God.
Cuddling with you, Alex.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna wear a wig.
Hey,
no,
gotta trust the process, man.
I'm gonna wear a wig, and I'm gonna wear some lipstick, and I'm gonna be like, he's my date.
Yeah.
I come off for 1 minute. What did I come back into?
We're just talking about going to opening day, and if it's
I could leave the room. You guys need some privacy still?
Not till April.
Can you hear me? Not till April. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. He just said, I hope it's not cold opening day. I said, if it is, I'm cuddling up with you, Alex.
Oh, shit.
Tiger snuggie and
Butt
shit.
to gut. Butt to gut.
Damn.
More gut than butt. More
I
gut
don't
than
know about that, but
Yeah, what's that post about?
what? More gut than butt?
Yeah.
talking
I
about
think we need to talk
girls
about
that
that.
talking about females that post pictures and it's
No, they
like
do
the
that.
same.
Remember, I
It's
showed
the same
you.
picture over and over and over.
Oh, the whole like
Showing their real selves,
like
and
the
that's fine. But
they just
Look at him. How funny is that?
right,
What do you call that move?
the pan.
The
looks
pan?
like you're
The
spraying
pan
cologne
out?
on.
Yeah, the pan. They got to get the tits, and they show the belly, and they got to show the ass, and they show the the coochie.
They do like a panoramic view with the phone. You're killing me.
So gross.
They pan. Alex looks like he's gonna throw up.
Another sign of being fake. Just
Did
come
you
on,
just
man.
throw up in your mouth a little bit?
A little bit. That's called
everybody. Pan out.
Not to be negative, we don't want to make fun of nobody, but it's just we got to kick out of that. Like
People,
more
come on, let's do it.
more butt than gut.
Or
Listen, I got me a little belly, and I am not fucking. You don't see me panning out on that shit. No, hell no. Let me tell you though, when I get that tummy tuck though, motherfuckers, just wait, okay?
You remember all the different phases, right? The duck lips, the fucking like you're a horse.
That's the worst. I just want to punch them.
Remember the leg, the horse leg,
the horse leg.
Yeah. The tilt back,
the Captain Morgan,
the booty. Remember the booty on the bathroom sink?
Oh, the booty on the counter.
Oh wow, damn! I forgot about
remember the booty on the look. Oh, how about the look back at it? Remember the look?
I bet that ain't cute now. Wash your ass. What the fuck?
The look back at it.
I said, you know what? Do something exciting. Suck your own boob or something. That's great, right? You could do that. If you could suck your own boob, that's great. But yeah.
I think I just dislocated my titty trying to do that, guys.
The group.
Damn, you didn't see a cast on your shit.
I'm old. Threw my arm out.
The group photo with the girls, and then all the girls pop their butt. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Right. The one that, and you got the one that's down on the ground in the squat, right? Remember the one? You know the one. She got the squat. She got the look back at it in the squat, and they got the backdrop. Remember the backdrop?
You remember going to the clubs and they got the backdrop? They got like a graffiti on the wall.
I'm like, hold up, let me get
the city or whatever. Yeah.
Right, that one.
Yeah, that's funny.
Those were fun. Those were fun times though.
Everybody got. How about the bitch that never smiles? You guys got any of those on your news feed? The resting bitch face, and she's always like,
the resting bitch face.
Bitch, you're talking about being happy. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. My life is great. Where the fuck is your smile?
Standard
never
mean mug in the camera and shit.
Me mug, ever. I get it. Some bitches don't smile because they don't want wrinkles, but life's too short. Fucking smile, bitch. Why you always look like you're constipated? You always got that stank ass face. I got a couple of those on my page, and they're so pretty too, but they don't smile.
Well, it looks like someone took a shit in their cereal, right?
Or they do the duck lip. Yeah, it does. So they do the duck lip. They do the pout.
Yeah.
The Zoolander.
The duck lip.
The duck.
Yeah, what happened to the duck lips? They went away.
It's like a mini duck lip. Well, the thing is this, nobody has to duck lip anymore because now they're injections.
Ah, okay.
So the duck lip is now an injection lip. It's like a puffy pout, right?
Goofy.
I can lie though. I want some injections in my lips, so I'm not gonna hate too much, but they're just smile already.
Smile. Yeah. like someone took a shit. In her
Just smiled already.
Yeah, just smile already.
Who took a shit?
The pan is pretty funny. We're on the pan now.
The pan.
I like the way he did it. I like the way he did it.
Because he sees it all day. See, I'm not good at the pan because I don't do it, so I don't really know. Like, I don't know. I'm not really good at it. Drake's way better at the pan than I am. He got a lot of hoes on his timeline doing the pan.
A lot of hoes.
Everybody in Drake's newsfeed, all the hoes panning out. He got a lot of hoes.
A lot of panning. So I don't know where he went. I don't know if he went to the baño, he went to the bathroom. So we're just gonna get to the topic of the night. We all have been through divorce. Should men automatically have the same parental rights as a woman? I'll answer that, Tori, and then we'll go to Alex, and then we can go to me, and then we're all done.
Well, I feel I'm a little yes and no. I think yes, but I also feel that every situation should be investigated. And I know like it sounds like impossible to do so, but I think men and women should start with the same rights. Now, if they are married or together, then there's probably there's no discrepancy. There's no talk about what rights are because you're a family, you're together. Right. Just be a parent and be good and be equal, right? Whatever mom does good, mom's going to do. Whatever dad does, dads do, right? If you want equal parenting rights, then you need to be an equal parent, whatever your strengths are, right? Not the dad that just sits on the fucking couch and does nothing, or the mom that just sleeps. Right. The mom just fucking is lazy while the dad does everything. I know men who go to work, come home, cook dinner, clean up, get the kids together, and the mom's a stay-at-home mom. I think that's bullshit, right?
Right.
Now, if you're split and you have equal rights, I think that there should be, just like in a divorce, if these people weren't married, there needs to be an investigation, right? I think that they need to dig a little bit deeper to see, are these people worthy of having the same equal parenting time or say so in the child's life? Because sometimes dads are better than the mom, right? It's not always the mom is the good parent or the superior parent. So I don't think it's fair that moms automatically get this golden pass that says, you're great, dad has to prove himself.
Right.
I don't think that's fair. And this is coming from a mom who I was the great parent, right? But his shadiness would have outshined and shown if there would have been an investigation, or if he would have put up a fight to try to see his kid, because that's what good parents do, right? So I feel that men should have everybody's playing field should start the same, but there should be an investigation into it and to look closer at what they get. And I don't think that moms should automatically get this end all be all say all of everything, and the dad has to just obey and prove himself. And I think they both have to prove themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
I think they both should have to prove themselves. I don't think that it should be so one-sided where one person is just automatically given this benefit of the doubt and the other person is, no, you have to prove yourself and you have to pay all this money.
And I agree with you 1,000% with that, because, and I'm not trying to act like I was the perfect husband or father, but I liked doing those things. And maybe because I was a chip off the block, which was my father. He woke up, make breakfast for everybody, like, and when he didn't, of course, he might talk shit and be like, damn, what are you gonna cook again? Like, he would make jokes with my mom, joking around, but he loved doing that, and I love doing that, especially on the weekend. That was my thing. I'm up early, I'm making breakfast, this and that for my, you know what I mean? Like, I just love doing that.
look at this too, Alex. So
energetic
it's
person.
fucked up, right? But a
yeah.
lot of women look at their children as a meal ticket from the father. And so they don't want the father to have equal rights, because then they're not going to get as much money in child support if the dad has 50-50. If the dad has 50-50, say both parents had 50-50, and the whatever parent makes the most money, then yes, they should support, they should give a little more support. But if that person is doing 50% of the care for that child, and that other parent should be just as, they should be doing just as equal and shouldn't
you
expect
can't get that time back.
But a lot of moms don't want they sit. This is such a backhanded bullshit. Oh, I want you to take your kid more. I want you to see your kid more. I want you to this and that. But they don't want to go to court and put that in the documents, because if they do, that child support's going to get cut.
Right.
That money is going to get cut, and they don't want that. So they try to keep the other parent, the dad, usually it's the dad, away from getting that close to that 50% parental right, because then their money is going to stop. They're not going to get it as much,
and especially if they're not getting along with them, and they want that extra love, which is a horrible thing to even think about.
They want to be the superior parent.
Yeah. So
and but I do believe it's hard too, because a lot of people who are not together that have children, a lot of people don't co-parent very well. So you have one person who says one thing, and you have another who says another, and they want to bicker about it, and they want to say, well, I'm the parent, I'm the superior parent, I'm the one with more rights, I should say this more. When really they need to come together. If they can't, they got to take it to court. But I think that it should start out at the same level. And then you have to, both parents should have to prove themselves. I don't think that just one parent has to prove and the other one just gets this golden fucking ticket.
What has to be done for the child? I mean, do you care about your child or not? Or children? Like, it should always be what's best for, and I know that's easier said than done, like you said, with legal battles and stuff like that. And but I mean, at the end of the day, it's like,
is it good for the child?
Exactly.
And that should also be, like I said, they should have to prove that. If you're a bad dad, as a mom, I should be able to prove that, because I have proof that you're not a good dad, right? But if you're a good dad and I'm saying you're a bad dad, that should be looked at too, because a lot of moms do that too. If the person is bad, it shouldn't be hard to prove that they're bad.
Right.
It should go both ways, right?
For sure.
What's your views, Drake?
Yeah.
So the subject is very touchy for me, because, as much as I went through a divorce, a lot of the ups and downs, a lot, I still go through it today. And I'm not saying she's a bad person, my ex-wife, but it comes down to money a lot of times. It does. It does. It comes down to a lot of times where it comes down to money. A lot of times kids get used as pawns. A lot of that happens. And to me, it makes me sick. It's like you said it, Alex. It's really about the kids. And that's what it should be about. It should be, once you're divorced, you have separate lives. You control that person, what they do. You can't do this. You can't do that. It should be what's beneficial for the children at the end of the day.
Right.
If it goes down from schooling to medical to
well, just make sure they're taken care of.
Yeah, you want to make sure that they're taken care of, because at the end of the day, it's all that matters. Sometimes I think about all the times through my marriage and through my separation, but sometimes people just don't get along at the end of the day. Does that make them a bad person or a bad parent? No, it doesn't. But sometimes in the ex-person, ex-wife, ex-husband, it makes them, you're a bad person, you're a shitty dad, or you're a shitty mom. Like, it, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make them a bad person. It just
But you know what?
People cannot coexist in a relationship.
Right.
Sometimes
and they obviously have separate issue is that get your shit together then. Like,
right.
Don't bring that into this with our
Now,
kids. Like, Dylan, you know what I mean? So
good point. So I have a question for you, Alex and Drake. If those parents aren't getting along and they bring the child into the parental problems, isn't that being a good parent still?
Say again, rephrase the question.
Did I word that
I guess it
properly?
would depend on the age too, you know, as well. I think the age doesn't matter, of course. So yeah, I could see that. But go ahead.
I have a friend, and she always refers. Now, her and her significant other or ex significant other, they don't get along, right? They're cordial when they have to be. Usually, they're cordial when she's obeying his views. Okay, but the moment she goes against the grain, it's drama, drama, drama. Kids are used as pawns and brought in. And she always says, she always still gives him the benefit of the doubt. He's a good dad. You know, he's a good dad. He buys stuff. And I'm not taking this away. He buys stuff for the kids. He will pick them up. He'll do things, you know, in general, you know, get the ones done, hair done, do this, buy the shoes, this and that, right? But the moment their mother goes against the grain, he plays them as pawns. So is that still being a good dad? Because the kids are old enough to see that, you know, he's pulling things from their home that he bought. He's taking their cell phone. He's bad-mouthing their mother in front of them, whether it be on the phone to a friend, to a sister, to a friend.
That part right there.
So is that dad still being a good dad? Because these kids are seeing this. So it doesn't matter what that person bought for them or what they do for them. I feel that is being a bad parent.
Right. Now,
my mother growing up,
I know that for sure.
My biological father was from what I, you know, saw.
Hold on, let me just say goodnight to her. We'll cut that conversation. Hey, baby, I love you. Good night. Sweet dreams.
I love you.
I love you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. See, that's good dad shit right there. You stop talking about a topic that kids shouldn't hear, right? But I feel like, you know, growing up, my biological dad, when he was in our lives, he provided, he went to work, he was involved, right? We'd fish, we'd do all these activities, right? But when he became bad, the things happened between him and my mother and his demons and the things that happened with him started to get out of control, and we started to see them. My mother immediately had him removed from our lives, right? They got divorced, he split. But my mother, I can say this full-heartedly, my mother never bad-mouthed him in front of us.
And that's what a good mother is, right there.
As I became older, I learned more of what the dysfunction, right? I learned more. I pieced together the things. I pieced together the little bits I've seen that my mom, you know, she just couldn't help it, right, prior to the divorce, and pieced together all the missing parts that I had, but also pieced together the things that I saw him not do after he left us. Without my mom,
it became more obvious to you, to your eyes,
right?
To the open
And my mom never badmouthed him. It didn't matter what happened. And trust me, after finding out, I was shocked that I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
I'm just now finding the real truth out.
Because
even though I saw for my own eyes and I knew,
you still didn't know the meat and
didn't know
potatoes
the
of everything,
extent,
I'll call it.
because my mother made sure that she let me make that decision for myself, right?
Right.
She didn't sprinkle these negativities and these bad views that she had of him on me, because she didn't want that as a child for me. And I think that that's what a good parent does. You know, we all are guilty of in a separation, you know, I mean, not maybe all of us, I'm speaking out of turn, but for my, you know, preference or my experience, we all have moments where we might, at the beginning, where we're like, motherfuck this person and blah, blah, and you're fucking crazy or whatever, you have words. But as you go on, those things should just be subsided, because again, I referencing back to my friend, is that still a good dad?
No.
It's
Right. No, you know what though? I'm
no.
glad you bring that up because like the last thing I'll say on that topic is when my ex-wife's father died
Hmm.
a while back, and she spoke at the funeral. She spoke for her brother and her sister, and she said, "My parents, they got divorced. I don't know how old she was. She might have been 16, 17 or something, but she said they did the best they could for us to have a normal childhood. They didn't
Hmm.
put those problems and all them burdens on us. We didn't know
Right.
about that shit.
Right.
We're kids. We're not supposed to worry about that. We're
Right.
supposed to go to school, do what we got to do, and this and that. So, that, like I said, you know, and I thought she said some amazing shit that
Yeah.
every other family, she was like, they were good parents. They didn't put those burdens on your. You don't do that on your to your
The
kids.
kids are bad. It's hard enough for a child to comprehend and absorb
Right.
why their parents are
What
not
happened?
together,
Right.
right?
Right.
And they split, and now they're separate homes, and there's different rules, and there's all these feelings that they have. But
Right.
then to add
Emotions.
on
Yeah.
adult stress to them, that's not. It's irrelevant to what they didn't ask to be brought here. Like,
Right.
it's hard because you want to say, oh, this person is a good person. When they have the kids, they do what's best for them. But if you're
Right.
acting this way and your children are old enough to see it and
Yeah.
they're being taught this, are you really still being a good parent?
Yeah. They ain't gonna want nothing to do with you, and they're gonna be okay with that. And it's
Yeah.
but it's still like
So back
tough
to our topic, I
situations.
think parents should have equal time, equal rights. But I also believe that there should be some kind of evaluation, investigation into that, and
Yeah.
then let the
Yeah.
scale tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
Especially
it
if you're
should
not
start
married,
tipped.
especially if you're not legally married, like maybe so. But
Well,
yeah, I don't
some
know.
people live in the house together that have never been
Yeah.
married, right? It's common
Right.
law.
Right. So, and I'll wrap this up
Yeah.
real quick. I think you definitely hit it. Where I think both parents should have equal rights. It shouldn't definitely not just go to the women, but it definitely should be evaluated.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, for sure.
When I went through divorce, I took it. I love that they made you take a parenting class, right? How?
Yeah. Yep.
How to? I think
Back to the basics.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. I think it's you don't get when the kid's born, you don't get a book and say, okay, this is what you do, right?
Right.
It's
an on-learning
instruction
process.
manual.
Right. It's an on-learning process, and you're constantly learning as much as your
forever.
child. Right. As much as your child is born, it's constantly learning, and you're learning how to be a parent, and she's learning how to be a kid, or vice versa, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's very important. I was driving home today, and I was listening to, and it said, hey, the teenage daughter, she comes to her mom and she says, hey, mom, I know we're not getting along all the time, and I know we have our outs. They just are. There's this class that they're offering how to get along with the teenager better. And I'm trying to find it, and I couldn't find it, so I was a little irritated. But I'm that guy, right? Yeah. I'm that person. If I was an NBA player, NHL player, how can I be better? And that's the thing is, how can I be a better parent? How can I be a better father to my daughters? And if I could go take this class, I want to go take this class. And if it helps, one thing out of that helps me become a better father, then I want to take it. So I think parents should be just like you're at a job, right? You're constantly learning, and they're training you on new things. Same thing. You have to learn how to be a parent. Every day, there's always something new, right? It's not
right. Yeah, because at the end of the day,
there's cookie cutter.
Well,
nobody matters but your family.
You ever look at the parents that have 2 and 3 kids, right? And you ever notice by the 3rd, 4th kid, that kid, it's a more transition. It's easier. They get treated a little better. Their relationship is closer. Well, why do you think that is? They learned with the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, right? These were all new things. So those kids trained them.
I should have had like 6 or 7 kids, so I could.
That's a whole lot of kids. That's a tax return cut. So there's some taxes going on there. Nice little.
I'll wait for the stimulus check. I'm good.
It is
Okay.
It's a wrap
it's
on
in the
that.
mail.
That
It's in the
that
mail.
casket has closed.
So my
The stimulus check is with your taxes. It's in the-
right. Yes,
I'll
but
wait.
there should be some type of simulation. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, evaluations
I agree.
and
I agree with both of you.
classes,
Everything you
all
guys
that.
said,
I
for
think that's
sure.
a good point, Drake.
Yep. So that's all I got. Saturday, who do we got? We got to chop it up. We're just going to be talking about shit just like we did today. We'll pick a topic and we'll just go with it. But that's all I got. You can follow me everywhere at Drake Swift on all platforms. Tori, you got anything? I know you said you mentioned it, and that is one of Alex's ex-co-workers that you're going to do your show with. You guys.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Christine
That's
Rochelle.
Awesome.
Yeah, you guys talk a little bit.
Yeah, and we're
That's
going to be
awesome.
talking again this weekend. We're going to come
Sweet.
together on some things. I think going into the new year, it's going to be a good launch. It's going to be something that people need after the holidays and going into this new year, and how to cope with the things ahead that we just don't really know, right? And if there's
Right.
anything that the last 24 months has taught us, is that everything is uncertain. So we
Yeah.
need the best defense there is, and we got to be able to be balanced and focused and prepared and laugh and still say fuck a lot, because it's okay, right?
Right.
It's part of the balance. So yeah,
All of that.
all of it,
Talk
all
about
of
all
the
the
above.
important stuff.
It's
Everything that
definitely
matters.
needed.
Where can they follow you at?
You can follow me, Tori Rochelle, on Facebook, at All Beauty All Beast on Instagram, The Savage Kitty, that's THEE Savage Kitty on Twitter, and Tori Smooches on Snapchat.
Alex, you got anything upcoming? I know you're. I know you haven't
No,
really.
I don't.
I know you haven't talked about it, but if you need,
There ain't-
well, no, I was going to mention if you're in the local Detroit area and you're in Southwest Detroit or in the thing,
Yeah.
and Alex sells
Thank you.
POS
Go ahead.
systems. So
Yeah.
if you need a POS system and you want to be able to take a credit card,
Mhm.
And you want to be able to save money. It's kind of somewhat of a tough sell down here, because what it is like, just to give you an example, depending on if it's a mom and pop store and or a liquor store, and they do, for every 10 grand they pull in, 4% of that gets sent back to the customer. So they're charging their customers. They've been coming in for a very long time, or maybe new customers. They're getting charged more than you would go in and have to spend $5 and get charged 50 cents. This is different. This is going to the customer. So it's kind of a give and take. You know what I mean? So
But that's good, because there's a lot of things that have changed in time. That's good. Yeah.
and this is where it's heading to, whether they like it or not. And this is trying to explain that to them. It's an investment. It's putting thousands of dollars back into, depending on what your volume is per month. It's putting that back into your pocket, so you can retire, or you can pay an employee a little bit more, or you can better the store, come up with it. It's whatever you want to do with it.
So Alex, if I'm opening a new business, let's say a barbershop, how do I get a hold of you? How do I get a hold of you and get all this information?
Well, you can just find me at Sportsmouth. You can DM me on Facebook, inbox me on Facebook, or on Twitter and Instagram at Sportsmouth313. Or you can call 313-771-4440.
All right.
My email address is Alex, same as my name, Alex Melendrez at jbsinc.com. And credit card processing, cash discount program, point of sale system, payroll and benefits, consumer financing, medical retail, ATM machines, loans, lines of credit, etc. Or you can go to journeybizsolutions.com. So I appreciate that. And I just want to say I wore this shirt today out of love and respect for my good friend Robert Courtney and Ashley Rose and the entire family, and Robert Courtney Marketing Association's brand. They did their first podcast tonight explaining his journey with, as far as Ashley Rose goes. I shared it with shout out to Amber Boone. She's part of the marketing team, and she was a very close friend of Ashley Rose. And so they did their first podcast tonight. I put it in the link. and just everybody tune into them. And they I don't know about Amber, but Robert definitely wants to come in and share his story and promote the podcast, because that's what we do here.
I know you gave me a couple people. I did reach out to the photographer. She's booked. I had not heard back from Big Preem, and then my next thing to reach out to Robert.
Yeah, but yeah, I just wanted to show some love for him today, man. I'm sure that was a little bit still tough for him to do, but one of the strongest men I've ever met in my life, man, and I'll praise him to the day I'm in my last breath, for, like I say, giving me an opportunity during a bad time in my life. And I'm always going to show him support, man. So continue to trust the process. And, Ashley Rose is always with all of us, and in so many ways. And I just want to send him some love, man. And that's really all I got.
Okay. All right, we're going to bounce out of here, man. Thanks. You guys be safe. I'll see you Saturday. And let me play this video real quick. Make sure you guys are always washing your hands, wearing a mask, and washing that motherfucking ass. Peace out. You guys stay safe.
Right. No more butt than gut.
No more.
Just do the whole picture, man. Come on.
Don't do the pan out. Do the whole fucking picture.
Fake. Don't be fake.
Don't be fake.
On that note, don't be fake.
Hey, show those toes. And if there's no fucking nail on that toe, don't show those toes.
No fake friends. No fake friends.
Peace out.
Don't do fake around here. God bless you guys.
Bye.